God is the Big Bang.
To be burned or
The
not to be
law of
burned, that is the
non-contradiction.
question. Time to get some wisdom, some knowledge. Let's see if I can do it. The Roadrunner tactic is so effective because it utilizes the law of non-contradiction. The law of non-contradiction is self-evident first principle of thought that says contradictory claims cannot both be true at the same time in the same sense. In short, it says the opposite of true is false. We all know this because we use it every day. Suppose you see a married couple on the street one day, friend of yours, and you ask the wife, is it true that she's expecting a baby? If she says yes and her husband says no, you don't say, thanks a lot, that really helps me. You think maybe she hasn't told him, or maybe they misunderstood the question, or maybe something worse. And there's one thing you know for sure, they can't both be right. The law of non-contradiction makes that self-evident to you. When investigating any question of fact, including the question of God, the same law of non-contradiction applies. Either the theist are right, God exists, or the atheist are right, God doesn't exist. They both can't be right. Likewise, either Jesus died and rose from the dead, as the Bible claims, or he did not, as the Quran claims. One is right, the other is wrong. In fact, a medieval Muslim philosopher by the name of Avicenna suggested a surefire way to correct someone who denies the law of non-contradiction. He said that anyone who denies the law of non-contradiction should be beaten and burned until he admits that to be beaten is not the same as to be beaten, and to be burned is not the same as to be burned. A bit extreme, but you get the point. While reasonable people have no problem with the law of non-contradiction, some very influential philosophers have denied it, implicating in their teaching. Perhaps the two most influential of these is David Hume and Immanuel Kant. Many people have never heard of Hume and Kant, but their teaching have affected the modern minds greatly. And that's why it's important that we take a brief look at each of them. And we'll start with Hume.